everyone should be seeing a PowerPoint that says marketing yourself to engage prospects and turn them into clients. And if you don't, just unmute, let me know, but you should see it. So thank you for that introduction, Angelo. I was over here laughing when you said that I constantly remind you that I am the only woman CFEd. And it's the truth, and I'm proud of it. And tonight, when I'm talking about marketing yourself, I'm going to talk about the event and really words. You know, it really leads into that we should be proud of who we are, what we do, the tools that we have. And I'm really going to stress that tonight. So I want to get right into the presentation. So, and just quick, obviously I only get probably about 20, maybe 30 minutes to go through this. So I'm not going to do a whole marketing course, but definitely want to leave you with some tidbits on how to engage prospects, because sometimes that's the hardest step, is just to get people to want to talk to you, to want to meet with you, to want to save their money with you. And, you know, my number one question is, you know, who do people know you as? You know, do they know you? Do people know that you know where they can receive a free financial education? Do they know that that's something that you can help them with? Do people know that you know what books to read to get better about their finances? You know, people all the time they Google everything. They want this information. You have information, even with simple books that they can read. Or do people even know that you can point them to subject matter experts? When we talk about a subject matter expert, a SME, a SME, somebody who's an expert in an area of any particular topic. So like Todd's going to talk about active money management. He's a subject matter expert in that area. Or I could be a subject matter expert in women in investing. You know, do people know that you can put them in contact with those type of people? What about, do people even know that you're licensed? Do you share it proud and loud that you are a licensed financial professional? You know, I hear people talk about getting their real estate licenses or getting another master's or a PhD. Why don't we share with the world that we actually have licenses? So this is all about marketing yourself. Let people know who you are. You know, do people know that you can help them build a solid financial foundation, just like you did for yourself? You know, I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. If you're part of this platform, if you paid that $100 and signed up to be an associate, to be a professional member with us, you by this point, or if you're not already doing it, you're on your way to building a solid financial foundation. You know, and you are in a position where you can help others. Do people even know that about you? Or are you just some sort of a secret agent? You know, we talk about it all the time. You know, are you somebody who just doesn't even share? I call it, hey, my name is Agent, I don't open my mouth. Because you're here, you're coming to the workshops, you're joining our webinars, you're learning. Whether you just started 2 days ago or if you've been in business for 2 years, some people out there on this webinar are just secret agents. For whatever reason, you don't share, you don't open your mouth. And I make a joke of it, but how will people know that you even can help them? How will they even know that they can schedule appointments with you? How will they know that they can get on your email list if you don't even put yourself out there as being some type of resource to individuals? So I hope by the end of this presentation, end of this webinar, that you will no longer be a secret agent, if that might be your situation right now. And I'm not trying to put you down, but let's just be real about what we do and what's the whole point of being in this business. So when I'm always thinking about connecting and marketing with people and just, I had to provide some type of value. You know, as you know, we've been talking about what type of value can we bring to others, especially when we market to the big four, the CPAs, the mortgage brokers, or the, lawyers, and whoever, other professionals. So you should have some type of value. And I would hope that your goal is to be a go-to resource where anything concerning finances, any questions about anything regarding money, that they come to you. You know, think of right now, I don't like to market myself as a financial advisor. Yes, I'm fully licensed. Yes, I've been in this industry for over 12 years, but I hate to say I'm a financial advisor. I want to be that go-to resource of where if you have a question about something, I can have an answer for you. Or if I'm not the expert, I can point you to an expert. You know, one of our senior marketing directors, Joe Pacheco, he always says this. that people don't know what they don't know. Oh gosh, and it's so true. I think we fail to forget that. You know, if you run into anybody, probably 99% of the population or anybody that you ever run into have never heard of the Rule of 72. Never heard of it. I have an accounting degree. I've been in the industry. I was in the industry for 7-8 years before I came over to World Financial Group and Transamerican Wealthwave, and I never heard of the Rule of 72. And I was in the industry. So what does that tell you about everybody else? No, I've never ran into anybody outside our business who knew about the Rule of 72 before coming and learning it. 99% of the people or population, they don't understand the concept of building wealth while taking care of your responsibilities. They never even think about it. People just work, they earn their paycheck, they spend it on bills, they spend it on craft, they go on vacations, and they end up broke, waiting for the next paycheck to come in 2 weeks later because they don't understand how to build wealth. They don't know how to save. They don't know that they need to take care of the responsibility. So they don't know these things. 99% of people have no clue that they need to earn 5% interest or more on their investments just to break even. And when I'm talking about break even, as we know, to keep up with taxes and inflation. People don't know these concepts. And you're probably like, Chantay, why are you bringing this up? There's a reason. 6 in 10 consumers have never been approached about life insurance. 60% of the people that we bump into have never had someone talk to them and have a conversation about life insurance. You know, the market is huge. Everybody needs what we do. Whether you believe that or not, everybody needs what we do. I don't care if they're ultra wealthy, super broke, somewhere in between. Every single person needs some type of service from us. And the big thing about it is, you know these things. If you're an associate, if you've been around for a little while, you know these things. And, you know, just like on this quote here, a person has two hands, one for helping himself and the other for helping others. So if you helped yourself because somebody helped you, mind you, somebody reached out to you and thought of you to bring this information to you, why are we not helping others? And you can market and brand yourself to be that person to help others. If you've ever read the Blue Book, the Saving Your Future book, if you've ever attended any of our workshops at the Financial Center, if you've ever had a trainer sit down and complete your personal financial strategy, if you've ever attended any business presentation meetings, whether it was the version that Angelo just did or the green flip chart, or back in the day, the red flip chart, if you've ever done any of those things, you know more about personal finances than 99% of the population. And the reason why I'm stressing this is because if you don't know that, if you don't have that belief inside of you, that's the reason why you are not reaching out to people and marketing. That's the reason why you're not picking up the phone and calling them and saying, hey, why don't you come to this workshop with me? If you don't know these things and if you truly don't believe it in your heart, that's why you're not prospecting to anyone to even get an appointment, to even be able to send a video to, because you don't have that belief in these things. And you should know that. Trust and believe me when I tell you, you have more knowledge about personal finance than anybody. I don't care if it's your rich uncle. You know more about money than he does. So do not be intimidated. You should be walking proud and tall and confident about these things. So when it comes to marketing and having that belief and having that passion, you know, what avenues can you market and brand yourself to be a go-to person for financial education resources? Again, I hate to use the term, oh, I'm a licensed financial professional, and oh God, never title me as just an insurance agent. I would just kill me now. I would hate to have that title. I want to be somebody that's a go-to person for offering and knowing about financial education resources. We've been talking a lot about branding yourself. You know, what type of person how do you put yourself out there? How do people perceive you if they were to Google you or to look up your Facebook page or to check out your LinkedIn profile? What type of brand have you made for yourself? How are you representing yourselves? With the platform, as most know, we have several tools that you can use. I'm just going to highlight really one of them tonight. Campaign Manager, we use it to send emails. We use it to send electronic newsletters and campaigns that are already pre-written. And they do it automatically. You know, I really like it because, you know, when you get around and you meet other professionals, they don't have any type of platform to reach out to people, to prospects, to clients on a consistent, professional, and high-tech basis. We get that. It's automatically a part of what we have if you're a member of the platform. And then social media. I use social media a lot. I consider myself a millennial. We're on the phone. People are on their phone nonstop. They just pick up their phone just to look at it, just to see if there's even a notification there. So you have to, I mean, whether you like it or not, you're going to have to learn how to engage people on social media. That includes Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, just different electronic outlets. Now, I'm not saying, go crazy with it and just post a bunch of junk, but and also another note about that is everybody on there might not be your target market. That's fine. But again, all it really takes, we've always said it, is that it only takes one person, whether it's that one person to be a recruit who will explode for you, whether it's that one person who will become a client, who will be a referral resource for you. All it takes is one person to engage with you, to see your value, and who will want to work with you and who will share it with the world that they know somebody like you who helped them, who can also help others. So what do you say? There's a lot of things. I mean, there's so many things that we could say. One thing that we've learned is what doesn't work, what not to say. I like Campaign Manager because they have all pre-written content. A lot of the things that I put out there, if you're friends with me on Facebook, or if you see me share anything, or if you get my emails, all that stuff is pre-written. I'm probably better at writing my own content now than before. But if you just started this business 2 days ago, great thing about it is you don't have to figure things out. The information is already there. You just literally just got to put somebody's name in, click and send it. And it's already pre-written and very professional. The wording is right. It's intriguing. And you can always, change things up to match your style or the way that you talk and communicate. But the information is already there, so you don't have to figure it out. And that's one thing I always tell people: when you get into a business, sometimes it's scared to try to put yourself out there as something new, but you have things that are already done for you where you literally, it's a no-brainer. You don't even have to figure it out. Or if you get some email templates from your trainer, so if you're not really great at writing content, maybe you don't like the pre-written content, some of us create our own content and we always share it. I know that I share emails. Todd Kemp, one of the other senior marketing directors, he's great at putting together content. We'll be happy to share with you the emails that we put together because we figured it out. We kind of figure out what gets people to engage, what gets people to click on a link, what gets people to actually respond and reply to you. So those are things that we can help you out with because we've actually put together templates that we know work because we've gotten results from those. So I want to go through some examples. I'm going to switch screens here. Let me share. So I'm actually switching over. You should now see the WFG Campaign Manager webpage. If you don't, unmute yourself, holler at me, let me know. I'm not going to go through the logistics of Campaign Manager, how to get to it. Sit down with your trainer, they'll show you. I just want to show you the power of using it and some examples of emails that we've sent through it. So as you know, one thing I really like about Campaign Manager is that you can track everything. I hate when I send group messages, or in the past I used to send group emails or group text messages, and I never would be able to know if people actually read them or did they ignore them. With Campaign Manager, they're pretty accurate about letting you know if people are reading your content. So for example, this is one of the Money Smart workshops email that I sent out for Money Smart Week. I'll show you the email in a minute, but I just want to show you what Campaign Manager does and why it's so important. So I sent this email out yesterday morning, actually, to 535 people. So right here, I'm always been able to quantify, okay, who's actually receiving my emails. Here you can see, 80 people opened it. That's a good number. 80 people opening my emails. Then I can see 8 people actually clicked on the links. And if you click on here, you can see who clicked on it. Did they look at things? This person, this Bart Lane guy, he clicked on a lot of links. That's good information for me. People are clicking on links in there. So I can say, you know, Cordero Brooks, he's actually signing up, or I should give him a call. I can do a follow-up with him. This is a valuable platform that a lot of people probably really don't know that you could take advantage of. Other professionals in other industries would die to have some type of engagement campaign like this. So I just want to show you an example of some of the actual, oh, shoot, I'm sorry. Some of the actual, if I can move this thing up, okay. The emails that I sent out. So one email that I sent out was in regards to Money Smart Week. And I want to talk about this because we've been kind of posting it, but really just to share about what Money Smart Week is. So as you all know, we're affiliated with a national nonprofit called the Heartland Institute of Financial Education. Money Smart Week is, oh, here it is. I put it there. It's a national campaign. It's held April 21st through the 28th. And what this organization does is that they partner with several financial institutions, firms, organizations, professionals, you name it, anything regarding personal finances. They partner with them to host free or pretty much free financial education workshops. So through our national nonprofit, the Heartland Institute of Financial Education, we are a partner. And we've been we have so many workshops going on at Oakbrook Financial Center. Several of us are hosting workshops on our own across the city. Now, this is an example of an email that I sent out. Obviously very professional, has my picture there, all my contact information. But the words, I want you to really just pay attention to the wording and how I set up this email. So, dear Chantay, and this will be that contact person's first name. The Heartland Institute of Financial Education has been a proud partner, the Money Smart Week, blah, blah, blah. They can click on this link right here, Money Smart Week, and it takes them to the website. So within our campaign, I can actually put in hyperlinks to say, oh, you want to see what Money Smart Week is? Go here. And if they click on find an event, they would be able to find our events. And then I said, during Money Smart Week, we'll be hosting several live financial education workshops across the Chicagoland area. And the reason why I didn't really stress it, but I wanted to put across the Chicagoland area is because most times, a lot of our workshops are just in Oakbrook, which is fine. We have a beautiful financial center, but oftentimes I will find people, I will invite them to events, and they say, Chantay, I just really can't get out there. Is there anything on the south side? Is there anything on the north side? So it's really important to stress, hey, these events are all around the city. And if you go on the GroupMe threads and people who shared their events, you'll see that. I also let people know each workshop will offer a complimentary consultation to all attendees, and space is limited. So I'm letting them know if you attend a workshop, you get a consultation. So in general, just not even referring to Money Smart Week, if you invited people to the office to attend one of the workshops, they would know that they could get a consultation. That's something you should tell them, like, hey, you know what, come to a workshop. Yeah, somebody could actually sit down with you for free. That's value. That's something that people need to hear. Don't just say, just come with me to a workshop. Really tell them what they can get. Really tell them that if you take time out of your day, not only are you going to get educated, but you can get a consultation, whether it's with yourself or guess what, a subject matter expert. Space is limited. And I told people, let me know if you plan to attend so that I can guarantee you a seat. I want people to know, like, hey, yes, I'm inviting you to all these workshops around the city, but you need to let me know if you're going to attend because space is limited. I can guarantee you a seat because they know that I'm with Heartland. So make sure you contact me and let me know. And what I did was I created these hyperlinks for every single workshop that's going on. Not everyone, I'm not aware of everybody's, but whoever put out there that they're doing a Money Smart Week workshop on a GroupMe, I pay attention. I say, hey, send me your flyer or create a flyer and send it to me because I knew that I wanted to put together a collective group of workshops for people to be able to reach out to. So on Saturday, we know our beloved Michael Rayford, every one Saturday a month, he's doing a college planning workshop. This is his college planning flyer. So when people click on that link, the flyer opens up automatically. They can say, oh, April 21st, I see where the location is, blah, blah, blah. They know how to register. So again, giving them the information directly. I'm actually teaching this workshop here on April 25th, a different type of flyer, but it's a PDF so they can download it. Hey, I want to learn how to invest my money strategically. I put this out there on GroupMe. Share with your guests. People are able to come. They can click to register here. It opens up to where they can register and I'll get notified. So just think of ways to be creative when marketing to people. Another thing that I indicated on the link, if you'll notice, is where the workshop is located, the general area. If it's on the west side, if it's south, if it's downtown, if it's on the north side. You know, I'm showing you this because it makes people click. If they know, you know, you want to just show things right away. Oh, this workshop here is on the south side. That's the only one that I'm going to click on if I live on the south side of the city. And I tell people, share with your network. I want to see you at the workshops. So this was a really great email that I sent out. I'll show you, I did a couple campaigns. Let me just go back to my tracker. The first email that I sent out was on April 16th, so 3 days ago. And one thing I can tell you is that I've learned to schedule my emails to go out at 7 a.m. You know, why 7 a.m.? Because when they get to work, it'll probably be one of the first 1 or 2 emails that they'll see, that they'll click on. If I send it out at midnight, it'll probably be shuffled in between 10 emails. But 7 a.m., I found that I think it's a good time where people who get to work early, they see it. Oh, I just got this email from Chantay at 7 o'clock. And people really think I just sent it. I didn't. No, I'm not up at 7 a.m. sending emails. Or people who maybe if they start work at 9 o'clock, I just found it to be a really effective time. So you should be writing that down. Send emails at 7 a.m. Most professionals are checking their emails, or that's probably the top of the list of the emails for them to look at. You don't want your emails to get caught and lost in the bunch. So from that first campaign, I saw that 88 people opened it. 19 people clicked on those emails. This is good information for me. Oh, Annette Black, I met her at Comcast, probably teaching one of the Comcast workshops. This lady, Sherry Hampton, wow, she clicked on 4. So guess what that tells me? She's very interested in quite a few of these workshops. A couple people are clicking on a lot of these emails. So I can actually go and see, oh, that Sherry girl, she clicked on this, investing your money strategically. So I know that that's a topic of interest to her. So I can see who's actually clicking on the emails, what they're clicking. So guess what I can do? I can go and follow up on that. So it's very key and very important. Another email that we've been sending out, that I'm also sending out in conjunction, is the financial education forum. So like Angelo talked about, next Thursday, we're having this amazing event where people can come and talk to an estate planning attorney. So when I think of that, okay, we have this event at the office. We got this subject matter expert who's an expert in this field that a lot of us don't want to be in, who can talk to my people, to my prospects. How can I convey that to invite people to make them want to actually attend? So the first thing, which I didn't really show on the first email, is I always ask questions, or I try to make my email subjects, a question to get people to open it. So for this particular email, it says, did you sign up for this Money Smart Week special workshop yet? So I didn't even say nothing about estate planning. I didn't even mention it was a financial education forum. All I said was, did you sign up for this special workshop? So some type of email like that is like, what type of special workshop is she talking about? Oh, it's about estate planning. So again, you got to think about what are your your email subjects saying? Are they going to make people want to open and click it open? So for this particular email, and this is one that Todd created, I kind of tweaked it to come from me. It says, as you know, April is Financial Literacy Awareness Month, and it's time to get money smart. So mind you, they're already receiving emails from me about Money Smart Week. So again, I'm continuing that conversation. So I said earlier this week, I sent you that email list of workshops. Today, I want to highlight one of those workshops because it's a hot topic. I actually had a typo. I was supposed to say, I wanted to highlight one of those workshops because it's a hot topic right now and it's on top of all my clients' minds. Have you ever talked about creating a will? If you have, when was the last time it was updated? Who will make these decisions for you? As you can see, a lot of questions because people don't think about these things. Remember, people don't know what they don't know. So you need to bring it top of mind and say, oh, yeah, I never thought about who will make end-of-life decisions for me. I never thought about that. You want people to start thinking, get them intrigued. Bottom line, if you don't have a plan, the government has one for you. That's a very good line. Most people say, I don't want the government to make any decisions for me. So then we talk about this forum will help you make informed decisions about your will, your final wishes, how to preserve your legacy. You talk about the speaker, Donald Sadowski. He's a practicing attorney. There'll be a question answer session. And then we're going to do another actual workshop. So you break it down, the date and time, and guess what? Oh, you can click here to register. So I put it right in the email where people can click on the Google link and they can register. So I can track that. I can see if people actually clicked on the link, and there's a pretty good chance if they did that they actually registered so that they can attend. And it's good information for me. So again, hopefully I'm not scrolling too quickly, but I'll show you this main part here. You want to really ask questions to engage people. If you want a copy of these emails, as you know, just type your email address in the chat box. If I don't already have it, I'll be happy to send you both of these emails so that you can share it to show your prospects and to engage them. So I'm going to switch over again back to the presentation so I can finish up here. So I'm back on the presentation where it says the marketing strategies again. We went through some examples, so I just want to kind of give you some tips. So when you're putting together your content, ask thought-provoking questions. You want to get people thinking. Always remember, people, they don't know what they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. So what might not they know about? Well, for different people, you can ask different questions. This is on our team website. I put together a list of questions for different generations that you can ask. Did you know that if you and your child's other parent died in a car crash, they become a ward of the state? That's a thought-provoking question for somebody who has a young family. Did you know that your Social Security benefits will be taxed? That's a great question to ask a baby boomer. A lot of people don't know that. They think, oh, I get $1,000, that's $1,000. No, it's going to be $1,000 minus taxes. They don't know those things. Did you know that if your partner in business dies, that their spouse has full rights to your partner's ownership in the business? That's for business owners. A lot of them don't know that. People go into business together all the time. I probably wouldn't want to be in business with my business partner's spouse. So that's a conversation that they can have with you. No, Chantay, I didn't know that. Tell me more. You know, did you know that by 2020, it's expected that women will control $22 trillion in personal wealth assets, up from $14 trillion today? It's a great question to ask women, to ask moms. You know, we're going to control the money. So yay us. That means they need, number one, help, maybe some help from women financial advisors. So again, ask thought-provoking questions. I made a whole list of questions. It's on the business team website. You can look it up and pull it up there. Content tip number 2, email subject lines, they have to be intriguing. When in doubt, ask a question. If you don't know what to put in your email subject line, put a question. Again, you got to think about, what can I intrigue people so that they're not ignoring my emails? What can I say to where they will actually click on this email? Use a statement versus you're invited. What I mean by that is to say, you know, use a half-ended statement. I thought I was on track for retirement until I learned ... That's a great email subject for somebody. I'm going to use that actually, because people will open that. They'll say, until you learn what? What did you learn? They're going to open your email because you use a really cool statement that was intriguing, that made them want to actually open your email. Be bold. You know, let's not, I tell people all the time, stop being a secret agent. Be bold. Tell them something. Hey, you're losing money in the bank. That's a bold statement, but it's the truth. People need to know that. Be bold about it. And lastly, what makes you click open an email? You know what makes me click open an email? Free coupons, free food, free information, you know, this exclusive event. I thought about you. Open this email. Think about what makes you click open an email, and what entices you. Those same things might entice your prospects, the people that you're trying to make contact with. Other questions or other tips on social media. If you're on social media, I get a lot of engagement. I post things all the time and people share it. They click it, they ask me questions. I get messages all the time. Hey, Chantay, what about this? Sometimes I put out a QOTD, a question of the day, and provide a brief answer. So one of those questions I just shared on the other screen, put that question out there on your Facebook page and provide a free answer. You know, that first question, did you know that if you and your other child's parent died in a car crash, that your child become a ward of the state? Quick answer. But that won't happen if you name a guardian in your will. And guess what? People will start to engage. They'll, you'll talk to them. You'll say, yeah, I learned this. Share stories about that particular situation. We hear a lot of stories at the office. We hear a lot of stories about client situations. Share those stories. Anybody else's client story, guess what? That's my story. I'm going to take it. I'm going to use it because it's a real story of how we help people. Tell people how you learned about that question. Tell people what you did to resolve that issue. Hey, yeah, you know what? I didn't know that my children become ward of the state, so I got my estate plan done. I don't have to worry about that. Share that. Again, be proud about the things that you're learning and how you're helping your family and their finances. And post with an image. I'm really starting to get better with this. People were scrolling. Again, you got to find something that's eye-catching. You got 0.122 seconds to catch somebody's attention. So usually a really cool image related to that topic, share something with an image. And I'm wrapping up here. Point number 4, show people that you know a solution, that you are a resource. Several ways that you can incorporate what we do, what your business is, without saying, I'm a financial professional, I'm an insurance agent, I can do this. All you have to do is simple things are, hey, I learned XYZ at this workshop in Oprah. Start that off as a conversation piece. They'll say, oh, you learned what at what workshop? Yeah, I went to this workshop. I learned about IRAs. I learned about mutual funds. It's really cool. I started investing my money. It only took me $10 a month, and I'm really excited. Be excited about it. That's a great conversation piece. Engage people. How about, man, I just watched this webinar last Monday night, and man, I learned what it takes for me to save $1 million. Moving forward, we're going to do webinar presentations every Monday night. Share that. Whether you watch the webinar or not, you know what the webinar is about. Pull something from the slide, and tell them, yeah, this webinar was good. What webinar? What are you talking about? Oh, yeah, this webinar. Here's the information. Why don't you watch it? It's going to be on again next Monday. So again, it's a way to engage people. What about, I read a chapter in this book and learned. We all know what book we're talking about. The blue book, the Saving Your Future book. Highlight something that you read. Take anything out that book and you could turn it into a conversation piece. Wow, I sat down with a financial professional and they showed me XYZ. That's a really powerful one to say because they're number one, I'll tell you, nobody's sitting down with any type of financial professional. They're Googling, they're listening to Susie Orman, they're listening to Jim Bob talking about Bitcoin on social media. You're telling them, I sat down with a financial professional and they showed me how to get out of debt, that I needed more life insurance, that I could save money for my kids' college in these ways. That's a great piece to use just to say that I sat with somebody, because then they're going to want to know, well, can they sit with me? Can they help me out? What about, I watched this video, and that we're big on our technology. We have a lot of video content. Whether you're with Wealthway platform or not, you have videos available to you through your personal website that's available to you for free that you can use to send to people. So yeah, let me share with you this video. I watched this video. It was 2 minutes, and I learned about the Swiss Army knife of financial services. You don't have to say that specific title of it, but there's content out there that you can actually share. And the main thing is to follow up quickly, and if this isn't the key thing, you have to follow up. Book that appointment. Book them to come to the webinars. Book them to come to Oprah. Book them to see your trainer, your financial professional. Introduce them to your trainer. They are the financial expert in helping young families or helping people retire so they don't have to worry about going back to work. Introduce them as that financial expert in whatever matters to that family. Pick a topic that matters to them and introduce your trainer as that financial expert. A lot of us are able to handle different type of families, different type of situations. Follow up quickly. Send a blog article from your website. We have a blog that's available. Say, yeah, I read this blog. You should read it too. Send it to them. Post it right away. Yeah, here's the blog that I was talking about. Text that video link from your website. Do it quickly, because while you have their attention for that 5 seconds, say, yeah, you know what? Let me text this video to you. Let me know what you think. And then from there, you've created a prospect. You created somebody who's interested in what you want to do. And just to finish up, remember, what we have is gold. It's gold. It's so valuable. It's not cheap. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Lives are changed and money is made. Do not hold this platform as a secret. Help others like someone helped you. Let's not be secret agents anymore. Let's prospect. Let's be loud and proud about what we do and get people engaged. So that's all I have to share, Angelo. Passion, having passion will bring you success. So thank you, everyone.